guys, welcome back to the podcast.
Yes.
My name is Rodney.
My name is Naz.
And this is New Girl on the Block.
Yes.
This week we're going to be getting into one of our favorite things to talk about, and I know y'all love talking about it too. We're going to be talking about Zodiac signs.
The Zodiac signs. Yes, we are.
Yes, we're going to get into our signs, the signs we rock with, the signs we never want to do
and never will do it again.
Yes.
And we will be talking about just our own experiences with even friendship wise and different people, that we've seen signs from.
Yes. And make sure in the comment section below you tell us what sign y'all love and what sign you can't deal with. So yeah, let's get into
Yes. First of all, I'm a Cancer.
Yes. First of all, I'm a Cancer. What Party Next Door say? I'm in a room full of dancers. All of us Cancer. I like them. I was in a room with him. Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah.
That's funny. But yeah, we are two Cancers.
I feel like I always get along with Cancers.
Me too. I feel like, well, okay, my mom is a Cancer too. Of course, I get along with her now, but back in the day, we used to butt heads, and I feel like it was because we're so much alike, so it's like...
Probably. Your mom is so sweet. Your mom, one of my favorite people. She's so sweet. And she's beautiful.
Not just kidding. She is. She's sweet. She's sweet. But, she a mom. And she my mom. She got her ways. Like all moms.
Yeah. My mom's Scorpio. Trauma.
We're going to get into that. But, yeah, she's a Cancer. My aunt was a Cancer. Not was. Ooh, let me not. She is. Sorry. Oh, my God. She is a Cancer. Let me bring this a little bit closer. Okay, she is a Cancer.
Yes.
But, who else? I think that's about it that I have. Oh, my other aunt is a Cancer too. But she's like one. I think it's like a different, with Cancer, just some of them could be really.
It's like the evolved Cancer I be seeing. Some people, I feel like some Cancers, their emotions be up and down, and some of them be really, because Ari is a Cancer.
Yeah, she got some type of issues. I don't know. Not sorry if y'all fans of her, but obviously it's some. True.
But yeah, I feel like sometimes if you're a water sign in general, you gotta let your emotions get the best of you. Because Pisces be getting a little crazy too.
Girl, speaking of Pisces. My fiance is a Pisces too.
How do you feel like y'all flow together? Y'all both water signs.
I know. Okay, so I feel like with water signs, there are, even though through the different signs Pisces and Scorpios, I think there's a lot of similarities. We all are kind of a flowy, it's water signs. We're all kind of flowy, and we all kind of have similar styles and things. So I feel like with me and him is very much we both flow on when we're good. When we have our good times, it's because we're both super chill and we just go with the flow with things most of the time. But if it is bad, I feel like both of us have the tendencies to shut things off and don't communicate if we're feeling not in a not feeling each other. I feel like we would just not communicate, and then it's okay, is he? I'm not saying nothing, and he is. So I'm waiting for him to say something. Then he was the same way, I'm not saying nothing. I'm waiting for her. So it's we're both really stubborn, and I feel like that's where it's okay, we get along too well, because some people will take the initiative to talk, but we both don't take the initiative.
So y'all be in the corner both
Yeah.
I love Pisces too. My little Dana's a Pisces.
Yeah, Dana's so sweet.
Yeah.
I do. I feel like I get along with Pisces a lot, friendship wise and
relationship wise. Yeah. But that is your best friend.
True. So I guess it all works out. That's why.
What are your favorite qualities about a Pisces, and what is something you can't stand about Pisces?
So, favorite qualities, I feel like they're very helpful and there for you, and I feel like overall, and I'm thinking of mainly my partner, and then the other people I experience as Pisces, they're really there for you and open to hear, your point of view, and kind of would do nice things for you and stuff like that. I think that's my best trait of Pisces. Like they're really kind souls.
Yeah.
And really like
Naturally.
generally there for
But
you.
they're very matter of fact. Like I feel like Pisces, like they low key be, if they believe in something, they not gonna let like, they be like very stubborn, like no, like this is my way, like this is how, like Dana's very much like that.
I think so too, because my partner is like that too. I feel like he really does like it. It's like, dude, that's not true, but it's like,
Dana,
okay, whatever.
She's
They
a
try
pathological liar.
Yeah. Not that one. My
She's
not
like, I'm gonna reform. Like, I don't like no more like that. I'm like, girl.
I think too that they're good at getting away with lies.
They're good liars.
Good liars,
Like,
I do, and I think that's a negative because
Yeah.
they could be really good liars. And
I don't think I'm a good liar. I don't like lying.
I am the worst liar. Like you would tell right off the bat if I'm lying.
Me too.
I would not say anything before I'll tell a lie because I'll just be like, I'm gonna keep this like, okay, no.
But sometimes I lie about like small stuff that is like kind of stupid. Like,
and you get away with it.
Remember I told that guy that I had kids?
But that wasn't in person. You think you
Yeah.
got away with it in person?
No, but like sometimes I like lie to be sarcastic or to joke, but then I'll be feeling like, I'm joking, right? Like I don't think it's a lie, I think it's a joke.
A joke. Okay, yeah. I think like that's a normal thing. Like if you ain't picking up on the sarcasm,
that's your fault.
True. So it's the difference between sarcasm and lying.
Yeah, but I don't like to lie because I feel like lying is based off of fear, and I'm not scared of nobody.
Period. Girl, yes, ain't no reason to lie. Like that is, I feel like lying is a bit really fear based.
Yeah, because even if you lie for somebody's good, you're afraid of how they're gonna feel.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could be like, oh, I don't want to tell Nasura because it's gonna hurt her, but I'm afraid that you're gonna get hurt. I'm afraid
instead of.
Because I don't want you to be sad, so I'm afraid of how it's gonna make you feel.
Mm.
So
that is a form. Okay. No, that's made me realize because like certain stuff I see that they will tell a lie to not make other people feel bad. So it's like, but you're still lying. Like just say the truth. Yeah. And I feel like that's something about me. Like I would tell the truth. Like usually, like even with my partner, like. Certain stuff I'll just tell and he'd be like, oh, like, and I'm not doing it. I'll be like, I'm not doing this to hurt your feelings. I'm just telling the truth.
Sometimes we can be too honest. I feel like cancers.
That's true. I do think that because I do feel like I'm really never doing it in a way where it's like, malicious. Yeah, like where I'm like trying to get at you for saying the truth,
Yeah.
So
I remember random tangent. And I wasn't like, I was telling the truth, but he like, I'm friends with him to this day, but he'd be like, I can't believe you did that. One of my exes, Paul.
Oh, when you want to say his name?
It's whatever, you can bleep it out.
Yeah.
It don't matter, because we cool.
Okay.
It's nothing. But when we broke up, I was like, we were already going through like kind of hard times, so I was already checked out of it emotionally.
Yeah.
And he was like going through some stuff and he needed to find a new job. And I like went and printed out his resume, all his paperwork for him. And he was like, why aren't you answering the phone? I was like, I'm gonna just give you this paperwork, I'm gonna break up with you. And he was like, what? I was like, I'm just kidding. But I gave him the paperwork and then I texted him. I was like, I can't do this anymore. And he was like, I can't believe you did that. But I was like, I told you the truth.
But you said just kidding.
That's not nice. I told you I can't lie, so I had to come out with the truth.
True.
But it was like, we was already didn't need to be together.
Yeah.
So
that's kind of like.
No, it is messed up. I'm reformed now.
Okay, good. I mean, hey.
Because that was like our second breakup. We was already supposed to be broken up, but when like y'all broken up, but y'all still hanging out with each other. But I'm just like, this not good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
He needs to know. Yeah.
But I told him the truth. You should have been blindsided.
True.
But he was like, I can't believe you really. He was like, you really gave me the paperwork. It was like, I can't do this. Dang. But now I'm joking. I'd be like, I mean, I made sure you get the job, right?
For real.
I cared about him enough. Because I was like, I don't want to leave him while he's down and out.
Yeah.
So I was going to get a job. And then I was out.
Hey, a good deed before you depart.
Right. You know?
Yeah, I feel it.
But, hey.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, that's an Aries. I can't do Aries.
He was Aries?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I didn't know.
Yeah, I don't really care for Aries like that.
Aries energy is very controlling in a way. To me, like I feel like they have a tendency to like
and they're
things need to
judgmental.
go their way, and it's like, yeah,
Like I did not like that. Everything I did was like I would be like having no insurance and you need to get insurance.
Yeah,
I'm
they
like,
control. They want everything to go a certain way.
He's like, I'm only telling you this because I care. I'm like, bro, you're not my dad. Like, I'm like, I can't. I'm paying everything by myself. I'm paying my rent. I'm paying this. I can't get insurance. Well, you know, you could just work hard. Like, boy, you could get my insurance if you want to
how about
date
that?
me. Yeah.
Delusional. Yeah, that sounds. I never experienced dating an Aries, but
Don't do it.
I know people. Yeah. I know people around me who are Aries, and they have a tendency to like things to go the way they want it to go, and it's like, and it's. I feel like they have good leadership skills.
Yeah.
But they have a tendency of control, and it's like, dang, like you don't have to control every situation.
Yeah. You can't control me.
Period.
I'm not your child. I'm quick to tell somebody I'm not your kid.
Girl, that's
I have that. I know him. Like I know my dad.
One thing about me is you cannot, like, if I want to do something and you think you could tell me not to,
you're delusional.
Yeah, you're delusional. Like, I make my own life. Like, and I'm not going to do anything ever malicious or like, but if I want to do something, I'm going to do it.
And you have to let me do it. That's what I hate when people, like, it's like when you have a child, you have to let your kids make some mistakes. So I always tell people, I like to, even if you tell me the fire hot, I want to touch it and burn myself.
To get the experience.
Yeah.
It's my choice.
It's my life. And I want my freedom now. No,
period, though.
But for real.
Yeah, that's one thing. I feel like that's another trait. It could be. I think it is, because my mom is the same way. Like, we don't let nobody ever control, like, any of my actions. I'm not the type to be controlled.
I can't be tamed. Okay, so you are compatible with Pisces. Is there any other signs that you just, like, really enjoy? Like, friendship, any, like, or you, like, even if they're not in your life, you like their qualities?
Yeah, I do like a lot of like earth signs qualities. Like my brother is an earth sign, and he like we have a really good like friendship.
Yeah.
Like out of being brother and sister, it's like we're friends too. Like he's hilarious. Like I feel like he's a Taurus, so I feel like Tauruses are really
and Cancers.
Yeah, they're really funny and they're like
outgoing and they're hardworking.
True, because my brother. A nonstop worker for sure. Like I feel like, and because even my little sister, like I feel like Geminis, I could be friends with, like, because I feel like I have like a friendship with even my older sister. She's a Leo, but we used to butt heads really bad.
Yeah,
real bad. Really?
Brianna.
Oh, yeah. Was she like?
Brianna had a hot streak. Remember, I used to take care of her.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I remember that.
She was trying to fight me and stuff. She called the police. I had to put her down. But she. And
my sister is older than me, but she for sure has some. We for sure got into it back in the day. Nowadays we chill. We older. We definitely cooled off. But it's like when things get bad, because I feel like they have like an anger.
Yeah, they do. Like they'll be cool, but when they angry, it's like
bad. So I'm like, why are you mad? So a lot of the times it was like over mad, like hot head, and me, I don't like I said, I don't like to be controlled, and I don't like people telling me like to be a certain way or like I don't like that type of energy at all. So when she is like that, it's like I gotta
step away
because it's like you not gonna just say anything.
Yeah.
But yeah,
they
overall, they do. Overall, we have not been this way. We are grown.
I think that's good because I'm like really cool with my sister.
Yeah, and I think we're cool now with that. I feel like my little sister, as a Gemini, we're cool. They still have some type of tendencies though. But
split personalities.
yes, because it's like the cool one is cool, but the other half
It's
is
like,
tripping.
what's wrong?
Yeah, for sure. So I think those are like most of my family. Like that's how I usually differentiate.
And y'all are
signs.
all different signs, huh?
Yeah, different. Like I'm a water sign. My sister's a air sign. My little sister's an air sign, Gemini. My brother is an earth sign, and my sister's a fire sign.
Sheesh.
We the four elements. We the avatar.
Yeah, your mom had to. She's like the one nation. Bringing them all together. She's out to get Zuko and all the Qatar coming here.
For real. So we're like the whole spectrum of the Zodiac.
Yeah, house was exciting.
It was. And that's why I feel like we all work. So it's like we all have our bad ways and we all have our good ways.
Yeah.
But growing up, it was chaotic.
Yeah.
For sure.
I have my little sister is a Pisces. My other little brother is a Pisces too.
Mm-hmm.
But I think February Pisces and March Pisces are different. Because March Pisces are low-key messy as fuck.
Really?
In my experience.
Fiance's a March Pisces.
Do you be gossiping? Let me make sure. Samir be gossiping?
Not really. I don't mind. I think I said his name. I don't care. But he is March. I don't
Or
see
do he be talking mess?
He definitely be talking mess, but it's
not
like,
in a malicious way.
Yeah, I feel like okay.
Because I already told you my brother was gonna start a podcast all about talking mess about people in the city.
See, I feel like with him though, he would talk mess to people. And it'll be like, dang, like he really not nice. Cause he would be talking, and I'll be like seeing how he would talk about it. And I'm like, you like you ain't never said that like this to me. Cause I would have not
flame you out.
But it just be like,
boy.
For real, he has tendencies to make jokes about a lot of stuff. So he would joke,
yeah,
and say some stuff, but it'll be like, dang,
what? Was that a joke?
Yeah, like was that really a joke?
That's how my brother is.
Yeah, so I feel like they have that type of tendency to really.
What he say? He's like, I love black women, but you know, my girlfriend, she just. I'm like, wait, what? He's like, you know, if I'm hungry, I don't have to ask her anything. She's just gonna go up and make me something to eat. I'm like, bro.
Whoa.
Like,
wait a minute.
Yeah. And no, what he's saying, I was watching. I think Dana was watching All American on Netflix, and he walked in the room. He was like, "Is this BT or Stars?" I was like,
"All American,"
because it was a black show. He thought we. I was like, "Why are you?"
That's not the thing he was saying.
I was like, "Why do you ask that?" He's like, "I'm just asking." It just seemed like it would be on BT. I'm like, "Why?" I just, it just seemed like, I'm like, bruh.
That's them Pisces tendencies for sure.
Shady. They're shady. Shady boots.
That's what it is. It's shade. They throw a lot of shade for sure. From my experiences in hers, obviously. But okay, let's move on.
Okay.
Signs we would never date.
Signs I would never date again. For me, and we didn't even get into a serious relationship, but I could never mess with a Gemini man.
Really?
Like, it's just too much. It's like, I don't have time.
Yeah, I see tendencies from the people who I know, and I feel like they have a charisma, but when you see how they really be, it's like
it'd be like, I like your good side, but the evil side it'd be too much,
and they be really like.
And they're very much full of themselves.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a ego. They're like egomaniacs.
Yeah.
Like, there's too much.
Because obviously Kanye.
Yeah.
Obviously Donald Trump. Who else is
Donald Trump is a Gemini?
Yes.
Wow.
He is.
That explains so much.
Somebody else is one too. Oh yeah. More.
The Psycho.
Yeah.
Kodak Black. Steve Lacy.
Yeah, I feel like they're good at showing off their good side first.
Yeah.
And then you start seeing the crazy come along later on.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all better watch out.
Yes.
It's like about Cancer.
Stay safe out here.
Stay safe.
Yeah, because Gemini, I heard you don't get along with the sign that's right next to you. And Geminis and Cancers are
and
next
then
to each other.
Cancers and Leos.
Yeah.
Maybe that is it.
But I probably wouldn't date an Aries either.
Yeah.
Because that wasn't compatible.
Aries.
Like, we could be cool. We could be good as friends, but like,
yeah.
they're just like, and then they don't pay attention to the small stuff. And I like people who are attentive.
Yeah.
And they just be like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Are you not paying attention? Like, we're in a relationship, you're supposed to know certain things. Yeah, I feel that.
But,
I don't like that either. I never dated a Aries.
Yeah.
Never.
So I probably would have dated Aries or Gemini, but I just start experimenting with a Taurus. So that's been good so far.
Yeah.
I never even dated a Taurus. I didn't even know they were compatible with Cancers until now.
I feel like friendship, like how I said, like, I never dated one, but the people that are Tauruses around me are really cool, and we're like cool. Like, my brother is like a friend. Friendship too. But
nothing else.
Oh, girl. Wait, I'm just saying, like,
were you from Kentucky?
Ew, no, never. That is disgusting. But I'm saying, like, because some people don't get along with their siblings.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why I feel like I could be friends with because some people would be like, nah, I'm not even friends with my siblings. I don't care about them. They could be somewhere. So, yeah, I feel like a lot of, like I was saying, like with siblings, it's like a lot of people probably won't get along with them.
Yeah, can't stand them.
Yeah, but I definitely get
I kind of feel sorry for people like that.
I know. It's like you can't even trust your
family. Yeah.
Can't even like, okay. Yeah, so because, like, literally everybody butts head. Like, if you're in a sibling ship or whatever, like, I feel like your siblings are always, like, if you're living with somebody and you grew up with somebody, it's always going to be some type of negative. But it's like, if you don't like them at all,
yeah.
I don't know.
I like my siblings. Even, like, I'm not even talking to Richard right now. We got each other blocked. The other day I see him, I grabbed his butt. He's like, don't fucking touch me. I'm like, hey,
he blocked you from that?
No. Remember he was staying with me?
Oh,
yeah, we not stood.
But
we love each other from a distance. Richard is sweet, but he just gotta he's lost in the sauce right now. So he just gotta get himself together.
Yeah.
He'll be okay.
Yeah.
He just gotta find purpose in life. I believe in him.
I never blocked with my siblings.
Really? Girl, we play the blocking game.
Really?
Dana used to be real bad at that, but she used to block me until she learned I didn't care. And I'm like, you're gonna be back.
For real. Yeah, they always come
I don't need you, but you need me. But for real.
Is it like a serious thing? Like, I really be serious about blocking? Or is it like, I'm just playing, like, I'm blocking you?
No, Dana used to be like serious. Like, but I remember she tried to block me because Dana low-key possessive. She crazy.
Oh.
Like, Pisces be on some other stuff.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't answer the phone, like, she'll be like, I was calling you back to back. Mind you, it'll be like 2 minutes apart. You didn't answer. You're acting funny. You're acting weird. I'm like, girl, you crazy.
For real? Like, yo, what? 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Chill.
She wanted to go bowling yesterday. I was like, I'm have plans with my little boo. She's like, here we go again.
She just wants some sibling bonding time.
Yeah, she's like, you better tell him about the last one. Because you know she did not rock with a boy.
Wait, which one? Oh, really? I didn't know.
They hated each other. She keyed his car and everything, girl. Like, she hated him. Like,
I'm new to this.
Yeah, we was talking about him on the podcast once. She was like, I had to turn him off because, like, why are you still talking about him? Like, I hate him.
Whoa.
Like, she hates him.
I did not know that.
Yeah, they have so much beef.
Really?
Yeah.
Now when I don't want to go on a tangent.
Yeah.
But, like, how was that for you?
It was difficult, to say the least. Like,
oh my God.
It was hard.
Oh.
But that's why she's, like, so she be feeling like when I date people, they're trying to take me away from her.
Oh, yeah.
So she was like, here we go again. Let me tell him tell him the rules because he can't be taking everything. But I'm like, I need to chill too.
Oh.
But it's a good balance.
Yeah, as long as it's a good balance. But that seems like
it was hard.
I would have been like so stressed. Like first, and that's why I love my relationship because he gets along with all of my family. It's not like weird energy and like literally what some of the people other siblings dated.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't as fitting
For like the family. Cause
Yeah.
I feel like your family's like it's like we all come with the package.
Yeah,
So
and it's not even that deep of like we'll be like
judging people,
yeah,
but don't
like
be
break
weird.
up, but don't be weird. It's like a vibe. You feel the vibes, and you know. So
I'm a part of the vibe, so I'll fit right in.
Period. But it's like, yeah, like certain people, it's like, and I would have hated for that to be like that, you know?
Yeah,
like,
it was. I for one don't want to be in that situation because it's hard. It's like you constantly have to choose, like who, and you really want everything to be together.
See?
But it's like it was both of them doing stuff.
Yeah.
Like her ass, when we first got together, she told him I was cheating on him because she was mad that I did something, and she DM'd him like, yeah, like. Dana was like on some snake. She like DM'd him. He broke up with me. Like, but we got back together. And then like he's like, yeah, that's why I never liked your sister. She never wanted us to be together. Like from the first time when she DM'd like.
Oh my god.
But then she would see like the stuff we would go through, so she would hate him too.
Okay.
But then he would try. It was just a mess. It was.
Yeah.
So I never want to experience that again. I just want people to get along. Or to like keep a healthy distance. That's what I had to learn. Because sometimes I be trying to bring everybody together, and I need to accept everybody is not meant to be around each other. But ideally, that would be this. Because like.
Yeah, ideally it would, but yeah, like only like holidays.
Yeah.
I get but that's.
But even like with siblings and like different friend groups, like. Dating gets along with you really well, but like you already see how my last friendship that ended, and it wasn't her fault. But it was just like
that was weird.
That was weird.
But that sucks because like with my friends, I never. I don't think I ever had a point where like people were like, because I maybe it's because I don't bring friends that close, like family events and stuff like that. I don't know.
You are very like.
Yeah, it takes a lot.
I haven't met too many other of your friends.
Yes.
Around, but I know you have them.
Yeah, but it's like I like to, without it, I don't know, it's because maybe I pick up on the vibes beforehand, before I let people like really into like meeting my family and stuff, like friends around, because it's like certain energies, maybe I just already pre-assume that they don't match. Yeah. So I kind of like, most of my friends, literally, even as a kid, like most of my friends never like came over my house and like, oh, come over and stuff. I don't know. It was just like I was always the person to go to somebody's house.
Yeah, that's
I was never the person to have like
my nana don't like people at our house that much, and she used to be like, "Don't go knocking on nobody's door before 12 o'clock. Their mom do not want to see you at their door."
Yeah, I used to be the one to always go.
When was the first time I came over to you? I'm like, how did I start hanging out with Jacques and all that? Oh, probably from work.
Yeah, I think that's how
we worked together.
We did, and we all worked together. So
we worked a few jobs together.
We did.
We were good at a job together.
That's how we met. Huh? Yeah, how we met was at a job, and now
we funny.
For real, that is. But
you're getting this money.
For real, yes. But. That job, and I feel like that's how you met a lot of, even because now you know a lot of my fiance's family.
Oh yeah,
like his cousin.
Oh yeah, his cousins.
His brother. Like so. That was like a big family job. Yeah. But
that was a cool job though. It was so many cool people who worked there.
True.
But it was all like crazy people too.
True. Obviously.
Yeah, but that job was funny.
It was, but and I think that's kind of how you became closer. Yeah. And I think initially, it was because you came over my house. Yeah. Because I would never like, I'm never the type to invite, so it would have to be like, oh. And
I was like inviting myself.
Yeah, you did. So I'm like, okay.
I'm good for that. I be inviting myself on class. So I want to spend time with you.
So like, okay, let me let her in. Not kidding.
I guess.
But I think that like I don't ever like, I don't know. Usually with friends, I'm like, but being that we've been friends for a very long time, she experienced like nearly every person in my family. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, then we used to work with my brother too. So that's how you knew. All right. Yeah, we used to have the craziest bus ride.
For real. I did. And I feel like I ended up coming over your house during that time. I forget for what.
Yeah, I remember you came on Highland when you I used to live closer to you. And then we were so surprised because we were like, how are we?
Yeah, for real. We were like literally like right down the street. I was like, this friendship was meant to be. Because the girl, we used to, like, we were going on a vacation. We used to walk everywhere. Do you remember when we used to meet up and just like walk around the places?
Really?
Yeah, we used to walk to like Ulta and then we used to walk to like the food places and stuff.
That makes sense. We both needed some friends. So. Okay, so yeah, I like I'm like didn't even finish that little part.
For real.
But yeah, I like Tauruses now.
Yeah.
I'm really into Tauruses. I really like their energy. I feel like they're hardworking people.
Mm-hmm.
They are very like attentive. They're sweet people. I like it. I haven't like experienced the Taurus I'm dating now. I don't know. I haven't experienced it for long enough to see the bad side of it. I don't know. In your experience, what's the bad side of a Taurus?
Well, I never dated a Taurus, so okay. I don't.
As far as friendship?
Yeah, as far as like my little brother, like they're very much, you can't tell them nothing.
Oh yeah, they're stubborn.
They're very stubborn, and you would like literally you could be like something that would not make any sense to you, like, and you'd be like any type of advice, like maybe I get your point of view, but don't you think this will be easier? No. I'm doing it this way. Like, no, this is the way I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it. And then it could literally be the worst way to do something. But they're going to do it. My way. And it's just going to be like.
Or they be trying to prove, like the first.
Maybe it is. I don't know.
The first date me and him went on, he told me he hate mayonnaise. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I ordered ranch. He's like, that's mayonnaise. I'm like, no, it's not. I'm like, that's sour cream. He's like, no, it's not. I'm like, are you gonna?
No, it's not. It's ranch.
Right. Literally. No, he was like, no, ranch is made. The base is mayonnaise. And I'm like, no, it's. But I didn't know. Yeah. And we were literally at the table on the first day going back and forth. I can look it up. I'm like, you don't have to because I know that. I'm like, I make ranch. I'll be making sour cream, put some lemon and pepper. That's ranch. He's like. He was like, no, it's not. He asked the waitress, I'm like, is mayonnaise and ranch? He's like, no. I was like, I told you. He was like, hold on. He got to Google and he was like, I was like, oh.
Google it.
So he wasn't gonna let that go.
Yeah, even though that's what it is. It's like, it could be a joke or it could even be, but if they
are adamant about something,
they gonna force it down. You're like, literally, like, you have to believe that.
Yeah.
And it's like, but then they end up, like, literally, he would end up doing something that we all, like, me and my whole family would be like, that don't sound right.
Yeah.
Then do it, and then realize that was not right.
But he like, whatever, huh?
Yeah, he don't ever adjust.
He's like, next caller, please.
So yeah, just family-wise, that is my experience with Taurus. I think they're overall like cool, but they do have tendencies, like most signs. Yeah. So maybe it'll work out for you.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Still fresh. And besides that, I would say, even though it's a love-hate relationship, I have to throw Scorpios in there because I have like the most experience with Scorpios.
Yeah.
People I've dated in the past.
I think naturally Scorpios. I actually have dated a Scorpio.
They're fun.
Yeah, the vibes
but it's like very intense. I feel like Cancers and Scorpios, there's a lot of emotions going on.
I didn't get that far in this experience. It was really like, but I did like the vibes, and I did like, but when it got like, cause it was really like me.
What did you say? Tell me more.
It was really my fault behind like how things never worked out. But
I'd be like that sometimes.
And then he was more emotional than I was kind of about it. It was more like, and I was just like kind of playing games.
You were young.
Yeah. So
when you're having fun.
Yeah. And exactly like.
Yeah, but what they say, hate the game, don't
hate the player.
No, I did. Yeah, don't hate the player, hate the game. Yeah, because I was gonna say the opposite. I'm like, hate the player, don't hate the game.
No, I'm like, wait,
Nah. Right. I'm like, hey.
Yeah, but yeah, overall I think their personality was good, and I think it could have probably been good.
Yeah.
But
It wasn't meant to be.
no, because I'm with who I'm with now.
You went to the other side of the ocean.
Yeah. But a sign that I say, because okay, I guess now we could move on to the signs of women, because I was just about to get into the sign on every day.
Okay, yeah.
So the sign I feel like I would never date if I wasn't engaged, because I'm not dating nobody else. But never date again after this experience is a Sagittarius, and that's a fire sign. Like,
so what happened with the Sagittarius?
I feel like they were so full of themselves, and it was like, okay, and I'm very laid back, yeah. And they were just like too much and like too sarcastic. And I'm like, I like sarcasm, but when you saying it to like kind of like be weird, it's like, what? And I felt like, because he was like older than me during the time, and not nothing crazy, because I was not a youngin' dating no 20-year-olds.
Hey, no judging. Oh, but you were underage?
Yeah, I was underage.
You judging.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I was not no high schooler dating no 20-something. But he was like, I think he was like, I was 14. Leo. This is old school. I was like, I think it was like 14, 15. He was like 17.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah, that's like but during the time, it's like, he's 17, I'm 14. That's kind of like stretch. But so it seemed like he was older.
I dated a 6-year-old before.
60?
Oh! Remember?
But that's now time. Yeah, I feel like I was still like, I don't know. It's like, I feel like he had like some type of like, I don't know, like older. That's way past. So it was just
predator.
Not really. He just felt like he was like, you know, when when you're young, it's like when the older people are older, they feel
like they guy.
Yeah. And it's like,
I tell people, if we was in the same school together, you're not older than me. If we went to high school, you're not older than me. If we was in middle school at the same time, you're the same age. Move around.
Yeah. So, and since like I've been out of the game for a very long time. This was a relationship before that, but I just seen like his personality. I'm just like, and I feel like overall signs of Sagittarius are just not compatible with my sign.
Sagittarius are not compatible with Cancer, but I'm like, I get along with my Sagittarius friend pretty well.
For friendship. I don't have any friends that are Sagittarius. I did meet. She was like a quote unquote mentor, trying to be friends, but she was Sagittarius. Girl, that's a whole nother story. But she was a Sagittarius, and they're very sweet. But I don't know.
They could be really mean, and they're
she never been mean,
not fake, but they're like they be talking to you about, but having a whole different feeling about you.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Cause it's like I feel like I'm a really good person at picking up on. Excuse me. But I'm a very good person at picking up vibes and energies and like seeing how people act.
Move, yeah.
And like I feel like I'm a very person who like pays attention to details and the way people act. So I was picking up on her vibe and I'm like, okay, she's nice, but it's and overall it was something that was not right.
Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah, so I picked that up from her as like that's the only like really Sagittarius experience I had. I haven't had,
but I don't be knowing everybody's signs I be dealing with. That's the thing.
True.
But I feel like every time I meet a Cancer, I like them. Every time I meet Geminis, but no, I like Geminis, just not today.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a sign that I just like that. But I feel like I get along with most people. Yeah. But
I feel like overall, and even though my sister is an exception.
Virgos,
but Leos.
Yeah, Leos.
I don't get it. I don't know.
I only know my sister as a Leo, so I'm just like, and I know your sister. But you're not like super duper close to her. I know the ins and outs of her personality.
I just feel like it's a lot of like hot-headedness with Leos.
Yeah, Leos are hot-headed.
It's and they get too much for me.
Leos, they could love you and y'all cool, but they'll still like be like not
like if something gets to them,
they'll snap at you.
Yeah.
They'll still snap.
So I think overall, just me as a water sign, it's like I don't think Leos are really compatible with me. Gemini, my little sister's Gemini, and we get along, but she do be having her ways. So I wouldn't say like I don't like, cause like I feel like me and my little sister, we friends.
Yeah,
we cool. So, but she be getting on my nerves, so it's like I just like tune her out. But it's never like to a point where it's like you're done. Like you're pissing me off like that. It's just like she just like be causing drama. Sometimes.
Yeah,
little petty stuff. Have you ever experienced a Libra?
Yeah, Shayna's a Libra. I love Shayna.
Oh, yeah. Okay, my niece is a Libra, and I feel like we be butting heads sometimes.
Yeah.
Because she's like, I feel like me and my little sister, because me and my little sister are 10 years apart, and me and my niece are 13 years apart. So, like, I be like hanging out with them, but sometimes my little niece, she be like,
Sneak this in.
Yeah, but like her personality as a Libra, I love Libras.
Yeah.
Just like experiencing her.
She's so beautiful.
She is.
Like,
she's so growing into her, like, her and my little sister. Like, it's just cute to see.
They kind of look similar.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is about them, but they look more similar than you and your niece.
Oh, really?
To me.
A lot of people say. Well, I think
you and Josh look alike. But
really?
You and Josh look.
I think me and Josh
look the most.
The most alike.
Yeah, Dana be so amazed when she see your pictures.
Oh,
and I be like, we kind of have siblings that look a lot. Like me and Ronnie look alike. A lot.
You guys
do. She like, this is crazy. Like she really be amazed. She's like, I can't be. Like,
but that's true because even a lot of people in high school, like they'll be like, yo, y'all have the exact same face. Yeah. Just a girl version and a boy version. All through high school, like because he came into my high school when he was in 9th grade and I was 12. But everybody would be like, yo, like
crazy.
That's your little, and they'll be like, y'all look exactly, like, so he'll be like, he's so annoyed. Like everybody who I knew from my grade, looks like you know, serious.
But at least he was cool with
for real. I got him popular.
Yeah, got you popular.
But yeah, like I feel like we do look very much alike, and I feel like a lot of like all of my family, like all sent together, we do look.
Yeah, y'all do have strong genes.
Yeah, I think my mom. I don't know.
They did that.
Yeah. They did that, but yeah, that's a super tangent.
And we should have made our podcast like tangents with friends or something.
Yeah, because for real, because we be for sure going on tangents.
But hey, I feel like that's how people brain work.
True.
That's how my brain works.
For real.
It's never straight.
It's just,
like,
for real, we can focus on one topic at a time.
Mm-mm.
It's just so much things to talk about.
Yes.
But yeah, those are the signs that I would never date again. Did you say that? Oh, that Gemini song?
No, it's really Aries. Yeah, Aries and Gemini. I'm not, like, y'all can be my friends, but never anything romantic. It's just too much. Aries is too much. No, Gemini's is too much to do with the second personality. And Aries is just not enough.
Yeah.
Like, they're just, like, not that they're dumb people, because they're not dumb at all.
They just focus on themselves too much, I think. That's what I think they're really kind of, like, self-centered.
Yeah, I think so too. My nephew's an Aries. I'd be worried about him, but I love him.
Yeah, my niece is an Aries. They're both Aries, and they're both the same age. That's funny. But I feel like with her, and that's how I pick up, because her and I had a best friend when I was growing up who was an Aries, and she was very much like the type to I'm coming up with the games and like things to play with. Like, let's do this, let's do that, and it's like, girl, you didn't even give me a say in what I want to do. I feel like with Aries, they really like. Even my niece, I see it in her. She's like, "Come on, let's go do this," and I'm like, "Girl," but I feel like I'm like obligated.
No, my nephew's like that too. He's like, I'm telling to do this. Yeah, like, I want to take the stairs. Then it's like elevator. It's very competitive.
Yeah. Yes. Cause girl, my niece was like, "Oh, let's play this." Like it was like some YouTube she was watching where you have to like guess the right answer and then you do like push-ups and stuff. Girl, I was so tired. She was
doing all the push-ups.
Yeah, I was trying to keep up with her. I'm like, girl, okay. She's like, yeah, I win. And I'm like, yeah, you do. Because this is too much. For real. This is too much for me. But they do. I feel like they do have a very much controlling it, and I feel like it's good leadership skills. So I feel like that's a plus for them.
But they just have to balance it out.
Yeah, because it's like
I was talking to my nephew, and we were talking. I said something. He said, "Auntie, you're interrupting me. I wasn't finished talking."
See,
I was like, bruh.
But then it's good
for him to know how to say that.
Yeah, because it's like they're gonna tell you the truth.
Yeah.
And you might not like it, but it's gonna come out.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Yeah, and they don't care. I feel like with us, we try to
sugarcoat. Yeah.
Yeah, we sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
But that's blunt.
Yeah, and I think that's one of, okay, we could talk about the strong points of cancers and the weak points. Because I think one of the strongest things is we have so much empathy and we we're very nurturing and caring.
Yeah.
And I feel like our intuition is 10 out of 10. Like I'll be even if you don't go with your intuition, you be feeling
something. It's like something's off. Yeah, for sure.
But I think sometimes we sugarcoat stuff too much and we don't stand up for, we could be too passive.
Yeah, I agree.
Like I would really try to actively work on not being, because then it comes I've been a person who's been passive aggressive.
Yeah.
So that's not healthy.
Yeah.
And then I just hold things in. Mm-hmm. And then I'll blow up, or when I finally say something about it, it's like this.
It comes off as, I feel like that's what the issue is. It comes off more bad than what we it's just our emotions are so much, and when we have to let it out, it's not coming off nice.
Yeah.
So I think
fury.
I think that is a
the weaker point of the signs.
And also I feel like, because I feel like cancers are very emotional, but we do try to hide it. Like you said, we put it off too long.
It's like the shell. Like you're a crab, you try to appear hard to everybody put together. And then you're really soft on the inside.
Because I swear, that's one thing I don't like. I don't know if it's just me as a Cancer, me, but I don't like to show people. I'm not really emotional. I don't like to show my emotions to people. I'm very much I could do it myself if I'm going through anything. I'm
very much like that. I hate asking for help, Loki.
I hate.
Yeah.
And even my family, it is, because even my family would tell me girl, you don't have to, we're here to help you. And it's I'm not gonna ask for help, because it's just I don't know, I just feel
it's a sweet, but then when you tell everybody else, don't worry, you got this, because I be feeling if somebody calls me, ask for advice, or somebody's going through something, I can help them. But when it comes to myself, I'll be I got this. I'll sit at home crying by myself before I ask for help.
Exactly.
It's really not a good thing.
It's not.
And then I'll be feeling damn, I'm just going through life by myself. I don't got nobody.
For real, though. That is
God, why you give me your hardest battles?
When you can literally talk to somebody about it. Yeah, exactly. I feel a lot of the times, I don't even, most of the times, I would not cry in front of nobody. I hate the feeling of crying in front of people.
Yeah.
I really, I feel it just shows weakness, even though it's not that bad, but I would avoid, I would walk away. If I'm about to cry, I'm gonna be
see, I'll cry. But not in front of, I have to trust you. I cry in front of Dana quite a bit.
Oh, really?
But, but I used to go to therapy as a kid, and I used to have a really bad time expressing feelings.
Yeah.
So they were it's okay to cry. So that's a way I express, even when I'm happy, I'll be crying.
Yeah.
But
me too. I feel that's when I cry the most.
I'll be so happy sometimes.
Yeah, I love, I swear, I get so emotional when I see, especially when I see kids doing something triumphant. I'm just I want to boo-hoo and bump, but I would really hold it if I'm around people. Yeah, I just love situations like that.
I'd be crying in movies and everything.
To see people triumph and carry on, I'd be oh my god. Yeah.
But then it'd be too much sometimes. When all that stuff was happening with Black Lives Matter and all the things like that. I had to disconnect kind of, because I would feel when I would see somebody going through something, I would be damn, I feel I would internalize all the pain. I'd be why are they doing this to my people? It's too much.
It's too much. I feel
I would have to disconnect.
Yeah, I feel we do take on too much, even through media, through everything, we take
Yeah.
on too much emotion, and it's like
It'd be overwhelming.
it definitely do, and I feel like that's when I don't know how to express myself. Like when I'm too like over stimulated. Yeah, it's like I'm gonna just hold it in, or I'm gonna go completely by myself and just like cry.
Yeah.
And I feel like being by myself and crying is kind of like therapeutic for me. It's like,
because you feel so good after.
Yes, it's like such a release and like relief. But I cannot, like, if I was going through something, I'm crying in front of somebody. Like, I cried in front of my partner because I feel like now, literally, it took me so long. Like, girl,
you have a hard body, huh?
Yes, I would be like, I'm not. But now I feel, even still, it still made me feel weird. But I would.
You really?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just something, and I feel like me and my mom, like, because my mom is the same way. I've never seen her cry,
really,
ever. So it's like, we're both cancers, and I seen that in my family, like her crying. It's like it's not
a normal thing.
Yeah, it wasn't a normal thing to see people cry. It's like, so it's like I try to keep it away because it was something I never seen growing up.
Because imagine sitting in front of a camera starting to cry.
I can't even imagine it because I would never do it. I feel like that that's weird. That's
because you sit here and you cry. Like you start to thinking about something, you cry. You do not turn off the camera, and then you look at the video, you edit the video, and then post it.
That's not right. That's like mental.
Yes, give me a psychopath.
Yes, that's like, not.
And then
The only thing is like FaceTime. If you're talking to somebody, you like already crying.
Yeah, that's different. But if you sit down in front of a camera and be like, "Let me talk about this," and you start crying. And then the thing, I guess sometimes you could be overwhelmed with emotion, but the fact that you go back and edit it.
Yeah, that's
this is gonna hit.
Yeah. Couldn't be me.
Yeah.
I feel like that's embarrassing. I would and sometimes it's like when you see people, like if I'm online and I'm seeing certain people doing that, sometimes I get emotional too, like, oh dang, they go, but then I'm like, then I think
they're crazy.
Yeah, then
I start thinking near me.
Logical. I'm like, hold on. That's weird. And I feel like you doing that for sympathy and it's just like, okay, you just
It was this girl I seen like last month, and she was like 28, 29, and she was dating a 21-year-old. And she was so upset that they broke up. Right, that is weird already. But she was like, I was just with you. I didn't share my body with anybody else. I was so in love. She's sitting there bawling, crying on Instagram Live. And I'm like, girl, you're 28. And then the boy was a rapper. He was like,
oh, I remember that.
Yeah. He was like, I told you from the start that I couldn't commit to anybody. Like, I wasn't going to disrespect you.
Yeah.
But you knew what it was from the start. Like, I don't even believe. He was like, I'm too young to be monogamous with somebody.
And first of all,
I'm like, how is a little boy telling you this? Like,
going on a tangent real quick, but how young would you date somebody?
Not a 21-year-old. I couldn't. The youngest I would probably go, I'm 27 now. Probably a mature 25-year-old. And it would have to be like, I'm already dating you, and then you told me, oh, it's the age. But if you're anything less than 25, it's probably like a no. But I wouldn't actively, like, if I met you and you told me when we met your age, I probably wouldn't talk to you. Yeah. But if I'm already on a date and then you tell me.
Okay, it has to be chemistry before it. And then.
Yeah. And then I'm just like, I guess.
Yeah. For me, a year max. I don't know. I just, like, when you even said 25, I think of a kid. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, I think of that. But I think I'm pretty sure my little boo is 25. I think he's 25. Really? Maybe 26. Oh. But I'm pretty sure he told me he was 25. Well, he's very mature.
Yeah, I've been, like I said, like I'm engaged and I've been out of the game for a long time. So, like, in the dating scene, if so, maybe it'll be different. But I could never, like, I don't know. I'm just like.
No, I dated one of the guys I dated, he was 25. Mm-hmm. And that whole situation was bad. I don't know what's wrong with me. But he was 25, and one day he was like, do you feel like a cougar? I was like, what?
See, like,
and I was lucky disgusted.
Yeah.
Like, it made me feel like disgusted. He was just like, yeah, like, you're older than me, and it's like, and I'm just like, bro, like, are you retarded? Like,
we don't pick that out there. That's not
it's
PC
like,
no more.
yeah, whatever. Let's take it back to 2004. Like, you were all alive. You all said it.
Yeah.
Like, don't play. Like, yeah,
But
maybe
yeah,
so
that's-
disgusted. And I was just like, I would never date a younger guy. But then,
I feel like for me, because even like I feel like men are not as mature as women, like the ages they
it's a
are.
fact.
So I feel like even like my partner is a year older than me, and we're still like I still feel like I'm
more mature
of a mature person than So I'm like anything younger than me.
Usually, I like
I don't
older.
know.
Before I started doing this situation, I was like in my mind I was like I'm probably gonna date like closer to 30-year-old.
Oh yeah.
But
I mean, things work. Like I said, it's just in my mind. Like I never
connected. Because I'd be like, what do you have to talk about?
Exactly.
Like, if you're 30 dating a 21-year-old, like, what do y'all have to talk about? Like,
yeah, you've experienced especially like I feel like I don't know. I feel like even like the 2 or 3 years, like I've experienced more. I was like I just think about high school, and I'm like, if I was a junior, would I date a freshman? And I don't know.
I didn't talk to people younger than me when I was in high school. I was not.
Oh yeah, girl, that's
we got to talk about
weird.
Around.
But I guess now when everybody's in their 20s, it's different. But like when I think of it, I'm just like I don't.
And I think do you think it's like a woman thing where we feel less comfortable talking to, because guys talk to younger people all the time.
True, but I think that's the same thing about the maturity thing. Like, it's,
women are still already mature.
More mature, so like a more mature guy. It's like
that's true. But even girl, when I was dating my little sugar daddy, he was like 60, and he was still so immature. Low-key made me disgusted because I'm just like, how are you 60 years old? And you're acting like a 25-year-old. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, it was just stupid. Like, he would do stupid stuff. And I used to be like...
Yeah, and I feel like that's one thing. It's like a lot of these, even like no matter how old, it's like they're still some people are still like immature. So it's like, and imagine, I just be like, I can't even think.
I remember he always was like, I just feel like I'm more into you than you're into me. And that was the truth.
Of course.
But I would be like, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. And... he like didn't talk to me for a week, and then he called me. He was just like, I was like, oh, you haven't reached out to me. He was like, I want to see if you miss me. Like, and I was just, no.
She didn't even get that.
I did not care. Because baby, don't expect no gift from me. Yeah. But and I was just like, that's not gonna make me like you more. I already forgot about you even more now. So I'm just like, no.
Exactly.
Or he would say like stupid stuff like, oh, that's gay. Like, I'm just like, bro, you're 60 years old. Like, are you like, what's wrong?
Oh
like,
my God.
It was like not a good look.
That's
for men.
Yeah.
For the species.
Yeah.
I was like, is this what I'm looking forward to? Like, you're so dumb. You're 60. And I'm just like, damn.
Maybe our generation, maybe that generation was just weird. Because he a boomer, ain't that?
Yeah, maybe they a little off.
Yeah, they were definitely. Yeah. I feel like that's, maybe it's like that age here is like the immature, basically like, you don't go too far in the old, you don't go too far in the young.
No, I be like 90s kids, I'm like, anybody born after like 96, they low key weird. Like the ones that were born like 98, 99, it's like a meme. It's like the 95 kids, and we're all like just relaxed. We're like scarves and like drinking coffee, and it's like the 98 kids are drinking lean, and they're like have all the pills. It was like, what happened?
Yeah, what happened? Those like a couple of years. That's like, true though. It's weird. It's like
the closer to 2000 you get, it's like sheesh.
Yeah, they got us like weird vibes.
But
they
fun.
That's the thing. They're fun, but they got issues. Who knows why? We all got issues.
Yeah,
but
I got issues.
I do agree, but I feel like this is
has been a good episode.
We didn't get into most of our other like wellness and stuff because
we gotta go this week.
Yeah.
We got things to do.
This week has been busy for both of us.
Yes.
So, sorry for the missing out on the wellness but
yeah.
Next week.
Our wellness segment, just think to yourself, it's gonna be homework. What is a sign that you don't like? And what is a sign that you love? For your own wellness, what sign do you need to stay away from? Ask yourself. Think about it.
Yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's the homework for tonight.
Yes, that's the homework.
But this has been
New Girls on the Block.
Have a good night. Don't forget to subscribe.
Don't subscribe, share, like, all that. 5 stars, please. Call in, all that. We will see y'all next week.
Period.
This has been New Girls on the Block. Bye.
Bye.